What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Steve's Random Stuff. Hey, today I'm back out in the garage, sitting on the boat, getting everything ready for our upcoming club tournament this weekend. So I wanted to go over all my tackle, my rigging and stuff, what I got tied up and ready to go for the tournament. If you saw my last video, you know I was up there this past weekend, having a little fun fishing, doing a little exploring, doing a little pre-fishing, and fished for about 5 hours. Caught 6 fish total, 5 really nice spotted bass, and 1 kicker largemouth at the end of the day. Really good day. Weather held out, so got rained on coming home, and just as I was coming over the mountain, it just started downpouring on me. So, but made it home safely. Got everything back in the garage. Everything's still wet pretty much, but it'll dry out eventually. So like I said, I just want to go over kind of the tournament prep. What I'm expecting is probably some of the same. The weather may have a little effect on the fish, especially if the water temperature drops down below 50. It's raining right now. It's Wednesday, but it's supposed to be sunny the rest of the week. Maybe partly cloudy, but mostly sunshine. But the temperature will be dropping down probably 10 degrees. Overnight lows in the low 30s, 30, 31, 32 degrees overnight compared to low 40s that we've been having. So that could have an effect on those fish. And of course, clear blue skies and sunshine. So it'll be different conditions, but I think it'll be more of the same of what I was doing this past week. So let's just go through the baits and see what happens. First off, this is the bait I caught my first fish of the year on, as well as the last fish, the largemouth, and that is a Kitech 4.8. This is a Picasso swim bait head. It's got the double underspin blades on it. I really like these because it's a different action, just a different look than what most people are throwing with a single blade. The only downside to these is sometimes one of these blades or one of these arms will break off and you'll end up with a single spinner anyway. So, but gold blades, I think this color, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this color is electric baby bass. I thought it was electric shad, but those tend to be a little bit more blue than this one. It's kind of a green pumpkin back with the kind of that greenish blue hologram flake in it. So if you know what color that is, hit me up because I need to get some more. So that's the first bait. I'll probably be starting off with that. Mostly throwing it across points, throwing it kind of down deep, down to 50 or 20, 25 feet at the deepest. Just trying to entice some of those bigger fish. Next up here, get it untangled. Is a jerk bait. This is the Lucky Craft Stacy. Something I've got a lot of confidence in for Berryessa. I've got a lot of fish using this bait. It'll get down there, 8 feet or so. Something again I can throw across the points. I can throw in the flats and work it slow, work it fast, and looking for some of those good quality fish. I had one tied on last weekend, but I never took it out. Just stuck with the other baits that I had. Next one I got here is the 6 Sense Fishing Gyro Tail Spinner. Something I can get down there deep, kind of throw it like an LV500 or a lipless bait. I can throw it like a spoon and yo-yo it up and down off the bottom if I need to get deep. If I see those fish deep out there in those channels, then I can get that out and get that down to those fish. The next reaction bait I got here is the Mr. B spinner bait. And I'm going with the white on white on white. White skirt, white head, white blades, and white swim bait trailer for the spinner bait. And the trailer that I got on here is a Littlefoot Lures Fat Boy in the crystal shad color. It's a 4-inch swim bait. Pairs really well with the spinner baits. Mr. B also has a 38 special swim bait heads, which works really well with this size of swim bait. or a 3.8 size. So check those out if you haven't seen them. They have them at Outdoor Pro, and that's the 4-inch Littlefoot Lures Fat Boy. All right, getting over really quick to my spinning rods. This flick shake worm, and it's on the VMC Wacky Jig Head. Again, just something finessey. These flick shakes got a little weight to them, so with the weighted jig head, the VMC head, it'll get down there kind of deep. If I need to, shake that down on the bottom, kind of like a shaky head, and works really well. Next one is the Ned rig. If I really need to get finessey, this is the Yamamoto Ned Senko. If you saw the video I did recently, these float, and so they'll stand right up. I got that in a watermelon green pumpkin laminate color on the Ned head. And then my other spinner rod I have is the Yamamoto Stretch 40 Grub. This is for my friend Mike. He had mentioned this on a 3/16 shaky head. Again, just a stand-up head, something I can get down there and finesse those fish if I need to finesse them. And the other one, I have another spinner rod. It's just a standard old drop shot, nothing fancy, with a Morning Dawn worm. Next up here is Texas rig. One of my favorite baits, of course, is the Yamamoto Cowboy. Green pumpkin, candy color, 3/16 Wu tungsten weight with a bead, Wu tungsten bead, and I have that on with a peg, just so that weight can slide around a little. Just again, finesse type bait, going to the grub, something small and compact. Really good action with these cowboys with these big legs. So that's the Yamamoto Cowboy. And next up is one of the baits I caught fish on this past weekend. That's just a standard old 3-inch tube, green pumpkin color. Again, nothing fancy there. Something that I can drag around the bottom. Caught a really nice spotted bass with that. And I think that was my second fish of the day. And then finally, I mentioned it once, I'll mention it all the time, is that you cannot go to Berryessa without this setup right here. 3/8 ounce Mr. B football head with a Yamamoto hula grub, and also a 1/2 ounce Mr. B football head with the colored pumpkin with the green and copper flake, twin tail hula grub as well. So 2 different depths. If I'm not feeling the bottom because of the wind, I'll go with the 1/2 ounce. Or if I want to go deeper, I'll go with the 1/2 ounce. If typically I'll start with the 3/8 for starters, and I can generally get down 20-25 feet with this and feel the bottom no problem. This is on my Dobbins 733 Champion Series. Little softer rod with the 3/8 ounce, paired up with a 13 Fishing Concept A-reel. Really solid setup for that. With the 1/2 ounce setup here, I'm using a Dobbins Sierra 734, a little heavier rod for the heavier bait, and that's paired up here with the Tatula SVTW and a 7.3 to gear ratio on that, with a 12-pound test. And this one is set up with a 10-pound test on this end. So covers pretty much all the water column with those 2 baits. I'll probably have those in my hand most of the day. Every spot that we hit, that'll come out and get thrown. Hopefully I don't have to pull out the finesse spinning rods, and I'll stick to the hula grubs, and hopefully the swim bait and some of those reaction baits. And yeah, that should do it. That's all I got going for this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. I think the key is to be, like I said, sticking to the cleaner water down on the south end of the lake. The north end is really dirty. And the farther you get into the creeks like Capel Cove and maybe the back of Sears Cove, they get really dirty. So main lake areas, fishing around the rocks, fishing around drop-offs. And yeah, it should be fun. We're just going to bounce around. got a few spots in mind of where we want to go, where I want to start, and then we'll just kind of go from there. Should be a good day. Looking forward to getting some really quality bass. And hopefully we do well. Fishing with my buddy Gabe, maker of Big Nasty Baits. Him and I fished out there about a year ago, I think it was, in our club tournament, and did fairly well out there. So we'll see how it goes. I think we're launching out a Spanish Flat the last I heard, so be out there bright and early in the morning and weigh in about 3 o'clock. So we'll get video on the water, maybe some morning stuff, and then some weigh in, and then we'll do a post-game wrap-up on Saturday and let you know how it went and what worked, what didn't work, and kind of go from there. So anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all tuning in and spending a little time with me to see what I got going on out here in the boat. So yeah, we'll talk to y'all this weekend, and thanks for watching.